It's 9/8/25. We bought a used AUX compressor and indoor mini split. It's 12,000 BTU. So everything's connected. And what we're planning to do now is pull a vacuum, and then I'm gonna charge the line just a tiny bit, and then I'm gonna let the gas in, and hopefully it works. And I was the one who sucked it all in, and now we're gonna install it. So, before I turn the compressor, I'm just gonna tell you what I did. So when I bought it, I tested everything's working. After that, we went and we put one of these gauges on. You can buy this from Amazon, or you can buy pretty much everything from Amazon. This is a Yellow Jacket. It's probably like $15 to $20 versus something that's super cheap for like $5 to $6. But the $5 to $6 ones work too. And then from there, we let the unit go to cold or hot, one of those. And then what we did is, this is the high side, this is the low side. We tighten up the high side with the Allen going clockwise. And from there, well, before you do that, once you connection, you'll see the gauge. It was like about 70 degrees that day. It went up to like 110 PSI. And then once you let the unit run into cold mode, or just let it run in some mode, and then you turn that Allen clockwise, and then after that, the refrigerant will leave and come back in the low side. And as it goes more in, the meter will drop until it reaches zero. It was slightly below zero. Then I start locking up this side and then trapping all the refrigerant in, and then I shut off the unit. And then all the refrigerant is trapped in there. Then once I disconnect these lines, it's all good. No more gas. Now we're trying to undo that process. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna power up this vacuum, connect it into here, but don't open anything. So now the vacuum is gonna suck all the air that's in this line, and it's already connected to the indoor unit. And then the vacuum's gonna go to -30. And then after that, we'll let it sit here for like 30 minutes to an hour and see if this gauge drops down. Well, of course, right when I do that, I'm gonna keep the high side locked. I'm gonna open this so it can do the sucking. And once it's done, I'm gonna lock this up. Actually, I'm not gonna lock it up. I'm just gonna leave it open. And then if it drops below -30 to 0, it's because somewhere there's a leak. And it's either some fitting or some fitting that I did right there. Keep in mind also, I tightened everything to specification. I think it's probably like 8 pounds per square inch, the small one, and like 12 for the big one. And I use a digital torque. And then the wrenches I need were like 22 for the big one, and 17, 13, and a adjustable wrench for the small one. So that's in a nutshell. So here we go. Hope for the best. Everything has been put Nylog on. I think Nylog, you put it on the, not on the flare side, but the other side. But check up on that with me. So what am I doing? I need to power this up. So everything's kind of in the electrical side. Everything is just set up in a Mickey Mouse way so we can test, and then we'll run some conduit EMT and make a box. And then you need something to turn it off. So everything's tightened. I'm gonna turn this on. I'm gonna open this up to pull the vacuum. Everything's connected. There it goes. You can hear the compressor running, and once it hits -30, it pulls up all the vacuum. It's gonna make a different noise. Hear that noise? It's pulling the vacuum. Wow, I can't believe it took that long to make just pull something. quite a long time there. So just for me to check, I'm just gonna open this. You can, and it is sucking. But why is it not going to -30? I don't know. That's locked. This is open. Okay. I think I'm just gonna lock it from here. And it drops down. Suck it one more time. Now I'm gonna lock this up. So somewhere like right there. Wow. What am I doing? So that goes into there. That goes into there. So we have a giant leak somewhere. Not good. I guess before we cover that up, we should have left it open so I can shoot some water in this thing and see where it's leaking. But we are leaking. But where? Anyways, we'll end this video, but that's the concept.